transportation, and assignment problems. Transportation, assignment problem. So we said these two are special cases. Transport and assignment problems are special cases in linear programming. For example, you have heard people saying that in an organization, we need to lay off workers because we are not optimal. So in that case, it simply means there are some employees you are paying salary, which is an expense, but they are not making any contribution to the organization. You have also had people talking of ghost workers in an organization. You pay them, but you don't see their contribution to the organization. So in today's organizations where we have scarce resources, every organizations want to maintain what we call a lean workforce, whereby you can be able to say, these are the optimal workers that I need in an organization, and I want to utilize them in the best way. The same thing happens with transportation problems. Transportation problems is also a special case in linear programming, whereby you have some sources where you are getting that item, and you want to transport this source to a particular destination. And in terms of logistics, you might find that you don't have very enough transport lorries or vans or whichever means that you are using, and you have supply from the sources, and where you are taking these items, we have the demand. And I want to give you a good example here for this transportation problem is whereby, for example, we have the way Jumia deliveries are done. You will find that different people are ordering countrywide, and it is the responsibility of the Jumia, the online shop, to ensure that these items are distributed to the different locations. But sometimes they want to minimize the cost, because if you don't minimize the cost, then it means the shipping cost to the customers will be too high. So you want to ensure that with the minimum transport facilities that you have, you want to optimize on your transport so that you incur the minimum cost possible, at the same time meeting the demand of your customers. Because if you don't meet the demand, the customers will switch to your competitors. A way of looking at a good example of this assignment problem is the way the Uber or the Taxify are able to assign customers to their taxis, whereby you want to ensure that you optimize on the number of cars that you have. So there are cases whereby you are forced to wait for some minutes because that particular driver is taking a customer to a destination. So in that case, you don't want to assign it to someone who is far away, who will now make this cost be too high. You just want to assign the drivers in an optimal way. So basically, when we talk of transportation and assignment problem, these are just like minimization problem, although sometimes they can be used to maximize on the flow of the goods. When you want to maximize on the flow of goods from the sources to the destination. So let's now look at assignment problem. We look at the assignment problem, see how it is supposed to be solved in quantitative analysis. Then from there, we move to assignment problems and see what are some of the methods that we have in place for solving transportation problem. But basically, I would wish you look at these two as more of minimization problem than maximization problem. You want to reduce your wage bill. So you want to maintain very lean workforce, the only optimal workers that you need in an organization. Then transportation, you want to use the minimum transportation cost as possible without violating the demand of your customers and without violating the supply.